Not because, like, before class started, right? Like, not right now.
No, like I thought of it. I just
Oh.
seen the TikTok for fun.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Whole class.
I'm just picking on you. Oh, dang it. Okay, my phone for some reason is actually ringing. It's not supposed to. So anyways, so this is the new thing, the stuff we were doing just a second ago. Oh, see, you should have come to school to pick up your paper, Blake, so that you could remind me to record. So when we have no solutions or infinitely many solutions, I'm just kind of restating what I said earlier so that in case people are picking up where we were at. The stuff we did just a little bit ago was just more of what we've already been doing, just multiple steps. Okay, so we distributed, we got 8x minus 14 is greater than or equal to 8x minus 24. We subtracted our 8x. That makes the x's go away in both the left side and the right side. So now we've got this statement here. You could take it another step and maybe add the 14 to the other side or add the 24 to the other side so that you end up with a 0 on the left or the right. You don't have to, but you could do that as an option as well. Some people like to do that because it's easier for them to see what they're doing. But right now in this statement, it says negative 14 is greater than or equal to negative 24. That's true. Negative 14 is greater than negative 24. Negative 14 is closer to 0 than negative 24 is to 0. So the solutions is true. It's all real numbers. I think, do I have? Oh, there we go. So that's, you can abbreviate the R. You can kind of like bold it out, kind of trace the R. I wish it would let me. I wonder if it'll let me. So if you're watching the Google Meet, I have the option to write. So that's kind of how I do my all real numbers. When I write them down, I don't bold out the whole thing. I just do kind of a double line for my R, and then I do my R. So that's an option that you could use for your abbreviation. Oh, I guess I didn't need to erase that yet. I'm going to write it down here again. There. Okay. For my next one, we've got parentheses here, so I'm going to go ahead and distribute again. So I have 1/3 times 12m plus the 24. I have 4/3 times 3m plus 6. So 1/3 times 12. 1/3 of 12 is 4. 1/3 of 24, 24 divided by 3 gives me 8. 4/3 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12, but then I have to divide by 3, gives me 4. 4/3 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Divided by 3 gives me 8. What do you guys notice this time? It's like the same exact thing. But I still need to continue. So I would still need to bring my m, my 4m, to the same side. So I'm going to subtract 4m on both the left and the right. And that gives me then an 8 on the left and an 8 on the right. The trick here is that it says 8 is less than 8. Okay, it does not say equal to. It says less than. And so that's important, because if it's saying 8 is less than 8, is that true? Is 8 less than 8? No. 8 is equal to 8. So this is false. 8 is not less than 8. It's equal to 8. Look at that. It's like I knew what I was going to say. So it is no solution. And so then we would just put a 0 with a slash through it, or an O with a slash through it, a circle with a slash through it. That's how we represent no solution. All right. So what do I have? Let's do trivia real quick. Yay. All right. I got some tough ones here. What does the military term AWOL stand for? It is an acronym. A is a word, W is a word, O is a word, L is a word. What does the term AWOL stand for?
Away without official leave.
You got it. Good job. Absent without official leave. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
All right, how about this one? Which country shares borders with China, Finland, Ukraine, and the United States?
Russia.
Russia it is. See, what's nice about having to do these pair decks is that when I put the trivia in, I remember it because it hasn't been a whole year since I've seen it. So I'm like, yes, I know the answer's right.
Yeah, originally Alaska was actually Russia.
Yes, yeah, and because the borders were closer, yeah. All right, what about this? Published in 1990, which Michael Crichton novel was made into an Oscar-winning film 3 years later?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Like, you guys got easy ones today. Very nice. There you go. LFT. There you go. Okay. I had saw someone who was struggling with their like they had gotten lost the pair deck, so they were trying to get back in. All right, let's try another one of these. We'll just do one and see how we do for that. My turn, your turn. I wonder if I pause this, seeing as how pause record. They have the solution here. 0 is less than -24. So the question is, so we've gotten it solved. Now the question is, analyze that. Is that true or false? Is 0 less than -24? I'm going to scroll to another couple of them and see how we're doing. Let's see here. There we go. Here, so same steps. They distributed 5m plus 25 less than 5m plus 1. They went ahead and subtracted the 25 over, so that's how they got 5m less than 5m minus 24. And then they subtracted their 5m's to the same side, so they have 0 less than 24. So same steps as we were before. That is false. 0 is not less than -24. So that means if it's a false statement, that our answer would be no solution. I think I saw, so here's another one. Perfect. I love all of the steps. Okay. So here I have one. They didn't subtract the 25. They just left it as 25 less than 1. And they can see then they put their 0 with the slash through it so that we know that that means that there's no solution to this problem. Very nice. Not possible, false. I love all the flowers. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. 0 is less than -24, false. So there is no solution to this problem. So you can write false and then you can still write no solution. It's fine. You don't have to. It's not that you can only have one. You can have both because they do kind of infer the same information. Okay, very nice. Looks like that person was still kind of working through it. Okay, so I'm just going to put up where we were. I do like how pretty that one was. I'll leave that one up. That's a nice one. So I'll leave that up for just a second. I apologize. I've got someone. Okay. Okay. So the last thing then, we have just a couple of minutes here, I think. Yeah, 11:01. So the last thing I'm going to look at real quick, I'm not going to do another my turn, your turn. I'm just going to look at the very last question on your notes packet, which was a word problem. You guys have seen these a couple of times now, and we're going to go from there. So let's take a look. We have a money problem. Sorry, I know a couple of you guys were still finishing that one up, but I want to make sure we get these last questions done. So you are saving money for a summer camp that costs $1,800. You have saved $600 so far, and you have 15 more weeks to save the total amount. What are the possible average amounts of money that you could save per week in order to have a total of at least $1,800 saved? So the first thing we want to do is write an inequality that models that situation. So we know you have 15 weeks, you have $600 saved, and you need to have at least $1,800 saved. So that means $1,800 or more. So I'm going to kind of fill this in. So it looks kind of like this. I have 15 weeks, plus I have 600 saved, and I need at least, I'm going to use greater than or equal to $1,800 needed. And so then I'm going to kind of just condense that, make that a little easier to understand. Well, for me anyways, I'm going to write that as an inequality without all the words in it. So 15 weeks, so 15W plus the $600 has to be greater than or equal to $1,800. So there's our inequality. So then it says solve the inequality. So I'm going to just kind of rewrite it. There's my inequality, and I'm going to solve those steps. So I'm going to go ahead and move my 600 over. I'm going to subtract 600 from both sides so that I can move it over. 15W drops down, greater than or equal to 1,200. Last step, I want to get 15 by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 15. So that way W is by itself. We don't have any negatives, so we don't have to worry about flipping the sign. W is greater than or equal to 80. Okay. So that means, I'm just going to kind of write it out in words here, you need to have save at least $80 per week in order to have enough money. Try and look at that presenting thing. There we go. And there it is. So that was the end of the notes. And look at that, we got a minute to spare. Perfect. Your homework tonight is a worksheet. And like I said, tomorrow we are going to do some review. So your worksheet, your homework is like 1 through 4 is just graphing it. So you are going to get a solution. It's a multi-step. 5, 6, 7, 8, some of them might have a solution. Most of them are going to be a no solution or an all real number. Okay. 9 and 10 are just kind of doing a little bit of the word problem, kind of a mathematical word problem, but 11 is doing some area of a triangle, and 12 is like the one we just did there. Okay, 13 and 14 are just some review questions. So get those done tonight, and I will see you tomorrow.